Right now I'm going through a bit of a rant, and I hope you guys will bear with me, but here we go. There is no time. Today is the 1st of March, and I will endeavour to try and release this video to coincide with the mentioned date, but there are not enough hours in a day for me. I love sleeping, believe it or not. All things considered, with my disgusting sleeping schedule, it's actually one of my favourite things. Even though I slept only 3 days a couple of weeks ago during a 7-day period, that's not how I really enjoy life. I love to be able to sleep in. But simply, there's not enough time in the day for the work/sleep/play, so oftentimes I sacrifice what I consider to be the least essential thing at that moment. Obviously, in those three things, work comes first, but food, games, and sleep are all up in the air. Much like a spoiled teenager, I often retort, "Fuck you, I'll live my life the way I want," keenly aware that I don't live the ideal lifestyle, but as I've been known to say, if I actually cared, I'd probably change it. But I haven't, which means I don't. So when my cards are on the table and my hand is revealed as to allow me free time instead of sleep, work, or food, what do? Research, mostly. Not anything that would be enriching or useful to anyone. No, this is just the stuff that I need to know for whatever fucking reason. Like, for example, just the other day I spent an hour and a half going through my fucking Lord of the Rings book and online resources to write out the lineage of Aragorn to the Númenóreans that he descended from. Because origins and history are important to me, and even though that's important to no one else, I had to do it at the time. It was just something that I was like, fuck, I need this possibly for one moment in the future when I forget, and this becomes the most critical thing to my life. So I often ponder if the why and the how something exists are sometimes more important to me than the thing itself. For example, I can't jump into something right now. If something just came out that looks like the most amazing thing in the world, but it has a whole bunch of prequels to it, or it has a whole bunch of external lore that needs to be researched, and see how I said that needs to be researched, not that it actually has to be, it's just that's how I feel. I need to go back to the very fucking start and dissect it with a fine-tooth comb until I feel as though I understand it to the best of my ability. Then comes that aforementioned research part. I need to go online, see what other people thought. Did anyone have a different perspective to me? Then go to the developers. What were they envisioning that I perhaps didn't understand in the experience that they presented? Was the experience that they presented meant to be interpreted by me? All these little factors I need to go through until I actually go to the thing that I want to see. Now, sometimes that's great because I gain a deep appreciation for something new, which I love, and other times, not so much. Let's talk about Halo for a second, because that's why I started this dumb little rant. I bought Halo Wars 2 the other day, because it looked like a fun little romp and I loved the first one. So I'm the fuckwit, right? Because who, despite mentioning not even 4 minutes ago that I love lore and research, I hate spoilers. I hate them. I avoid trailers for the most part, especially with movies or things that I know I'll love, Halo Wars 2 in this case, because I hate the idea that one little thing could spoil the moment that should have been represented to me via the piece of media itself in this stupid trailer. I want to have the experience of going in there and being like, alright, entertain me. So what happens, I buy the game and I take it home and I find out that it's set in 2559 AD. Now, why does that fucking matter? Well, it doesn't really, but being the history nerd that I am, I remembered that, hey, the 3rd of March 2553, that's stuck in my brain for some reason. Why is that important to the Halo series? Oh right, that's the end of the Human Covenant War. That's when it ends, and it kind of marks the end of the whole Halo trilogy. Now, I'd played 4 in a co-op with a mate, and I wasn't really impressed with that, and I was like, okay, so I guess I'll stick to the trilogy. The original trilogy, and but that's not what happened, because I found out that there was going to be a new trilogy, and that, like everything, this was going to be a series that was going to continue on until it was milked for every little dime that it was worth. So anyway, I check online, because I'm like, alright, well, let's see what happens with this, and find out that it takes place after Halo 5, which I have not even played and did not even own at said moment. I hadn't even played through most of Halo 4's Spartan Ops, which are apparently important to the story as well. So I was like, well, fuck me, I don't really know anything. So then I find out that everyone who has played Halo 5 says that the game and the story are only really enriching if people should familiarize themselves with the Master Chief Collection, because it introduces some guy named Locke or something, and it has some interesting story elements that carry into 5. So here I fucking am, right now, playing through the Master Chief Collection that is 1, 2, 3, and and 4, with 5 just waiting there, which I bought, and Spartan Assault, which is another little game that I bought, which apparently takes place in between Halo 3 and 4, and I bet you right fucking now that there'll be no real reason to have played any of these to understand the plot of Halo Wars 2, but I'm doing it right now anyway, because I'm a moron. So as you can imagine, this can get even fucking worse when it comes to something like the Power Rangers movie when this is coming out on the 24th, because I love Power Rangers, don't get me wrong, but I've only seen like 5 seasons, and when I take a look at, hey, what season are we up to now? Oh, there's fucking 24 seasons. Oh, but guess what? That's not even the real problem, because if I want to get into Super Sentai, which is the whole reason that Power Rangers got started, and I want to really know about what the fuck Power Rangers is about, and I need to see, oh, well, I want to understand the historical significance because I'm a moron, I need to go back and watch 41 fucking seasons of Super Sentai, and only then can I walk into the Power Rangers movie and feel like, hey, you know what? I get everything from this. I can understand everything they're trying to do. When more likely, this is going to be like one of those fucking stupid Michael Bay Transformers things, which even though I'd seen every season of Transformers up until that point, I got nothing from, and I was like, hey, this is just shit, but that's what I'm going to feel like anyway. So calming down a little bit and trying to regain my composure and make people realize that I'm not an insane, crazy person, I just wanted to try and help everybody understand what it's like to go through my brain for a bit of just a moment. And I'm sorry that I got crazy ranty. Hopefully it's a little entertaining, but yeah, that's what it's like to be me, and that will be with everything. And that is why I start at the beginning with everything. Jesse, who's sometimes on the channel, has told me that I would really enjoy some of the later Assassin's Creed games, like Black Flag. But I agreed with him, and I went out and I bought that. And even though I did agree with him, I still haven't played it. And the reason being, I hadn't played through number 1, and I hadn't played through number 2, Brotherhood, or Revelations, or 3, or Liberation, and I will never, ever play Assassin's Creed 4 until I end up getting through those. And I got so close. I finished 1, 2, and Brotherhood, but then I was like, fuck, I'm tapped out. I can't do any more. And so I guess that I will never truly get to the things that would make me really happy, because I'm doing it to myself. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. I'm sorry that this was a rant. I hope you guys had a little bit of entertainment from this, and I'll catch you guys next time.